Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we're starting a new project. So we recently finished the 4-part dollhouse series and that turned out beautifully. So I had an idea to try a new project where instead of a dollhouse that has 4 rooms and they're built on top of each other, I want to try do an apartment design. So I have these 4 craft boards. The idea is to attach them all together and then use this flooring to cover all 4 squares. And then I'm going to do the same idea where I have cardboard that builds the walls. So I'll build this 3 outer shell and I'll put windows and doors. But the new aspect is going to be that it's just one open concept. So I might have some arched doorways so that the bathroom has an enclosed space, but otherwise I might do like you come in the door, a bathroom, maybe the living room, and then the bedroom, and then the kitchen, or maybe it'll be the bathroom, a small hallway, the bedroom, then the living room and kitchen are an open space. I haven't quite decided yet, but I thought this would be a new type of build, and I am excited to get started. Okay, so on to planning the layout. So I think I have decided that this will be the bedroom, that will be the bathroom, that will be the kitchen, and this will be the living room. So I have a couple walls that are built, so I have the height that I want them. I have the drawn design of the window for the kitchen. I think I'm going to build 2 more walls around this side and then a wall here and here. My inside walls I think are going to be kind of like a cardstock. And I'm just going to do the framing so each room has its own definition, but that it still flows nicely from one to the next. All right, so I've taken a small pause on the exterior walls just to work out the interior ones. So I'm using this cardstock that is from the dollar store. They had a package of 60 papers of all this different sort of craft paper. It's thick enough to make a good wall, and they're all going to be sort of semi-attached to each other, which will give it extra strength. And then I'm going to add a wallpaper too, so that will help it. So this over here is going to be the bathroom. This here is going to be the kitchen. This here is going to be the living room, and then this will be the bedroom. I think that's a cute layout. So one of my last walls is this one. I've just cut out the interior going from the bedroom to the living room. So it's just gonna go right here, and then I'm going to attach them to each other and then attach them to the exterior walls. And before that, I will also add the wallpaper. So that will be next. Okay, so I have cut out that interior wall. Don't mind the little mini houses and other pieces of furniture. I'm just using them to prop up the walls while I get everything ready. So I've also picked out some of the colors for each room. So this being the bedroom, I've decided on this print for the quilt on the bed and for maybe a pillow. And I'm also going to do this wallpaper. It's sort of a simple enough design. I don't feel like it will clash together. I think it will cover most of the walls, but I can always use like a cream accent wall or something if I need to. So that's going to be the idea for the bedroom. This next room here is the kitchen, and I believe that I am going to do these little arrows. I can still change my mind, but I feel like that looks cute. The next room over there is the living room, and I already have this bookshelf that I have mostly completed. I built all those little books and dressed them in covers. So I think I am going to do this sort of peachy pink color for the walls, and then this brown color with the stripes I think might either look cute for a rug or maybe the top of the little coffee table, or even like maybe the couches can have it for cushions or something. I think that'd be really cute. So, and then the bathroom, I hadn't decided on the color yet, but there's no like bedding and stuff in there, so it doesn't really matter what color that one is. I do have some other couple cute prints here, or I might have some of this wallpaper left. That's pretty cute. So yeah, I still have to decide on the bathroom, but otherwise I think I'm ready to get going. All right, so I admit it looks a little bit chaotic because the walls are all tipping over because they're not attached, but I have all the exterior walls cut to the right height, And I have the interior walls cut to the same height because they were actually technically a bit taller. The back wall still does need the window in the living room cut, but I did cut one in the kitchen. And I don't know that the bedroom needs one. I'm leaving these two front walls open so that there's access into it. It just gives a different look to it, but I am excited to start doing it. The difference of this one versus all my other room builds and even the dollhouse I just finished is that all the rooms just had wallpaper on like the 3 sides, whereas this, because that living room technically has 4 walls, I will be wallpapering this side and this side. So that should be interesting. All right, so I have good progress on the apartment. I have all of the walls wallpapered. The fact that all 4 of the walls of the back room and the 3 walls in the front rooms needed to be wallpapered really helped with the strength. So I don't know that I'll need any interior wall dowels, maybe one here at the front because it doesn't touch the other 2, but I think the other ones will be strong enough on their own. So the kitchen has this arrow print, and then I did over here as well, and then an accent wall. The living room is the same, those peach walls, and then I did white walls with a little matching strip. The bathroom has a mermaid look with cream walls and a little strip of the same mermaid print, and then the bedroom has this beautiful green print with a brown accent wall, just so it wasn't super matchy. So I'm going to attach the interior walls first and then the exterior walls, and then we can get to decorating each room. Okay, so I have the first room complete. I've attached my walls to the back, and then this corner to here. You just have to be tricky that as you're gluing on the floor to the walls, you just sort of lift it as it's drying so you don't get it attached to your work table. So I sort of need to do it room by room, otherwise I won't get these little walls in between. So I won't need any dowels in the middle of the house because the walls will be glued to the floor and then the next floor will be pressed right up against there. So let's get going with the next room. Okay, so I have turned the house on its side because I found that this second room went on much easier if I applied it this way versus trying to get it off the table once the glue's on. So I'm going to do that with this next wall here that has all of its wallpapers attached. So let's do that next. All right, so I have all the rooms attached. This is what the kitchen looks like with a nice window. This is the bedroom. A doorway into the bathroom, and a doorway into the living room with a nice window, and then back to the kitchen. So now I am just going to get out my furniture options and build a couple pieces of furniture and decorate. But I'm loving the progress. I'm also thinking that this window here in the living room, I might put a little buffet window, and I might put a little planter in the kitchen window because I think they'd be really cute. So I might build those next. All right, so I've drawn on a basic planter style. Now what I'm going to do is cut out the whole shape, and with my X-Acto knife I'm going to trace the lines so that they're easy to bend and fold. All right, so I have cut it out and I've used my X-Acto knife so that I can fold all the lines. One sec. Okay, so I have built the little planter box, folded all the edges, and then glued it inside. So now I'm just going to attach it to the outside, and then we can add some plants in after. Okay, so I have this stick-on flooring that has a wood grain to it. I thought would be really cute, so I have applied it on the edge of my planter, and I've just glued it a little bit on the ends because the cardboard, it doesn't want to stick to quite as much as it does the little floor paneling. So let's attach that to the outside of the window. All right. I have attached the window box and it looks perfect. I will probably put some moss or fake dirt in there and then some cute little plants. I have some white ones and some pink ones that might look cute in there. Alright, so window box is in, and I've decided that I'm sort of going to pop around the rooms and decorate it as I go. So I had that bookshelf made earlier, so I have put it in the living room. I also glued some of the books in just so that if it gets bumped they don't all fall out. But, oops, just like that as I say it. Let's put that book back on the shelf. So I made all these by hand. I just cut out little pieces of cardboard and glued them together and then covered them in floral paper and in just cardstock. So they look super good. I will make some furniture later and add those too. So I think I also have these little arrows, and they'll either look cute on the wall here, or I might put them in the living room like I was originally planned, just so it's not too matchy-matchy. Okay, so working on the living room decor, I have a couch, 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a little side table here. I have this really cute wood grain that I think I'm going to put on the top of the 2 tables. I'm not sure if maybe it will also look good on the couch and the 2 chairs to maybe give them a wooden look, and then I could always make some little cushions later to accent that. So that's what we're going to work on next. So the furniture is built, and now I just have to apply the wood grain. Okay, so I have the coffee table and the little side table covered, and now to do the back and bottoms of the couch and 2 chairs. Okay, so all the wood grain was applied to the living room furniture, and I have put it inside the room. Next, we're going to do some little wall decor. So I have these 4 little cubes, and I am just going to attach, I'm going to glue 2 on top of 2 just to give them a little bit of extra thickness. And then I'm going to cover them in this gold reflective material. And then I have these little emblems. Some of these ones are hearts. I have a variety of them. So I have little cameras and little clouds. And I'm just going to do the same as I did with the backings. So I'm just going to put hot glue 2 little emblems on top of each other, and then I'm going to put them on top of the gold. So the end result will be a cube, some gold on top of the cube, and then a little emblem on top of the gold. So let's do that next. All right, and here's how they turned out. So I glued the 2 squares together, then I covered them in the gold reflective, and it just had adhesive on the back, so I could just smooth it right on there. And then I glued 2 emblems together and then hot glued them onto the gold. And I think they are the perfect wall decor. So the living room is coming along beautifully. I might move on to the kitchen or the bedroom next. All right, so now that we've got the majority of the living room done, we're going to move on to the bedroom. I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did in the living room, and I'm going to use these little squares. Again, I'm going to double stack them, gluing them together, and then I have a similar color to the gold, except for it's silver, and I'm going to cover each one of these with silver to make it look like a mirror that I'm going to hang above the shelf over here in the corner. So let's do that next. All right, so I have the squares glued together and then covered in the silver adhesive, and I have just attached them to the wall, and now it looks like a beautiful mirror over our cabinet. So let's see if we can do the bed next. Okay, so the next step is going to be to build the bed. So I have a bunch of these wooden dowels. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to glue these 2 pieces of slightly thicker cardstock together and use that for the end of the bed, and same with this one, attach them, and then I'm going to glue these 2 boards on top of that, and then we'll make some legs. Alright, so here's the progress on the bed. I used the 2 dowels to attach to all these pieces of cardstock that I had left over. I also put 2 on the ends here, and then I also have this piece that I covered in this sort of green wood grain, and I am going to attach to the back here. Sorry, let me show you that. And then I am going to make some sheets for the bed, and I also have a couple different swatches that I'm going to use for the blanket. So and so that is with the headboard attached. This is the swatch that I'm going to use for the comforter, and then I will put just a white sheet underneath, and then a couple pillows. Alright, so I have covered this with a teal felt that I had, and then next I am going to do a comforter and make some pillows. Okay, so I have some pieces of cardstock, the slightly thicker stuff, that I have cut into squares, and then I have covered with my white felt just to give it a little bit more. And then now I am going to wrap them up, sorry, the other way. 1 minute here. I am going to wrap them and hot glue them, and then they will be ready, and then we will work on the comforter. Okie dokie. So I have the bed completely built, and there is a teal felt covering the bottom, and then I have made 2 little pillows and a matching comforter, and the bed is complete. So now we're going to move on to the other decor. I'm going to use this bookshelf, and I'm going to hang it right here in the corner. In the bookshelf, oops, I'm going to sort of tilt it here a moment. I am going to add these little emblems. There is a butterfly, a flower, another flower, and this star. I don't know if I'm going to use all 4 yet, but I made 4 on the off chance that I want to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest books, or maybe I just want to do 3 across and the books on the top and the bottom. So I also have the books ready to go. So I have cut all these little cardboards, and then I stacked 3 together and hot glued them, and then the next is to cover them all either with like this green, or I have a brown, and I also have sort of a bronzy red color that would be really cute. I'm going to cover all the books, and then I'm going to assemble the bookshelf and hang it up. Okay, so the bedroom is coming along. I have the bookshelf up, and it has the little emblems and a bunch of books. The bed is made and dressed. There's little mirrors in the wall, a little dresser, a book and some glasses, and a purse. And I think we are on to the kitchen space. Alright, so I'm loving the progress on the bedroom. I have the bed done and the bookshelf hanging and the books created and in the shelves. I have a mirror on the wall and a little dresser. I made that little nightstand. I think I'll still look for a lamp, but I'm loving that so far. These little squares I've glued together, and I'm going to find the right picture and hang them above the bed. I also have this cute little cradle that is going to sit here so that it can be an adult room with a baby. Then I've got started on the kitchen. I have the little nest picture hanging on the wall. I built the cabinet. It's going to have teacups and a little teapot and all sorts of dishes in the buffet. If you want to see how that one is built, the set of videos back, the dollhouse build, shows how to make that, and a couple of my other videos also do. This is also a little shelving unit for the kitchen, and then I also have this set that has both of those pieces. I clearly just had extra, so now I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to put the stove and the sink together. And then I'll decide if I want this big table and chair bench or if I want to just do a smaller table. So let's do that next. Alright, so I have my sink all built together. I did add a little bit of hot glue to make it more stable. And then now we are onto the stove. Okie dokie. So I have the stove built, and I'm thinking I like that layout. So now I just need to do the table and bench. Okay, so I have the stove done, and I'm liking that setup. I think next I am just going to do the table and 2 benches, and then add the dishes and the other items. So just a minute. Alright, so I have the table and the benches done, and the kitchen furniture is complete. Next to add the dishes and the other decor. Alright, there's the kitchen. I have added the dishes to the buffet, a little plate of cookies on the table, some coffee mugs, a blender, a food scale, a few waffle ingredients, some eggs, flour, milk, a little ladle, and a waffle maker, and I love the way it has turned out. On to the bathroom. Okay, so the kitchen is looking beautiful. I might have a couple little random things to add to the table, but otherwise I feel like that one is complete. The bedroom has a couple pictures to add to those squares that I'm going to hang above the bed, and then this room should be done. The living room is also almost complete. I might see if I can find a little vase or some flowers to add to it, but it is looking great. And lastly, we're going to work on the bathroom. So I'm just going to do the furniture next. I have these press out ones here. There's a vanity, a tub, and a toilet. So let's get building. Alright, so I'm just working on the bathtub. I have the sides and bottoms on. Next, I'm going to put on these little feet. And then there's a little faucet to go with, and then this part is complete. Alright, so I've added the faucet and the feet, and I've added just a little bit of glue to give it stability, and the bathtub is finished. Next up is the vanity. Alright, so I've added the mirror onto the vanity, and now it's time to assemble. Okay, I have assembled the countertop, I've assembled the drawer, and I have the mirror on the vanity, so now it's time to put all three together. Alright, and the vanity is complete. Now onto the toilet. Okay, so I have the toilet base, I have the tank and the lid and the toilet seat and a flusher, so now to finish assembling. And just like that, the toilet is assembled. Alright, so I made a little toilet paper roll and a holder, and I'm just going to hang it in the bathroom. Alright, I have hung it up on the wall, and the bathroom is coming along. I still have a rug to put in there, and maybe a little chair at either that countertop or at the vanity, and some pictures for the wall. Alright, I have added in a chair and this beautiful circle mirror. Now just to find some photos and a rug. So the house is really coming along. The kitchen and bedroom are mostly done. There's a few pictures to hang in the bedroom. The living room is coming along. It needs a few more things. And then the bathroom needs a little bit of bath salts and maybe some towels and a rug to finish it off. So right now I am working on a little flower vase for the living room. So on this cardstock, I have, I'll tilt it so you can see, I've drawn out a little pattern to cut out, and then I'm going to fold it and crease the edges with the back of my X-Acto knife and cut it out. Alright, so I cut it out and I folded it and I put a little cute picture on the front of it, and now I'm just going to add some flowers and put it on the coffee table in the living room. Okay, so I'm working on the flowers for this vase that's going to go in the living room. I have the first one completed, so I just took a piece of felt and drew a sort of shell shape on it. Then I'm just going to, with my cloth scissors, I'm just going to cut around the shape. And then I'm going to take a piece of, I have this wire from a different craft, and I'm just going to cut a piece with my wire cutters, and then I'm going to glue the inside of that and just keep twisting it until it's fully wrapped around, and then just put a little bit of glue on the outside to hold it in place. And then you have a little rose just like this, and then I'm just gonna pop it in there, and then we'll have some beautiful flowers. Alright, and there is my little flower arrangement completed. So now I'm gonna put it on the living room table. I just made 3 roses and they're in a little vase. I think I also might make a couple and put them in that window box in the kitchen. Okay, so I have cut some more roses out, 2 little ones and a big one. I'm just going to glue them and then pop them into the window box. I'll probably need 3 or 4 more. Okay, so I have my window box done. I have these beautiful roses overflowing, and I think it looks gorgeous. I think they also look beautiful in the living room, so I think I'm going to add another little vase to the bedroom and potentially the bathroom, because they just are turning out so well. Alright, now that my window box is complete, I am going to make a little vase for the bedroom. So I just have this circle cut out, and I just cut a line down the center, and now I am just going to squish it together and put a little hot glue, and then I'll have a vase for my roses. Okay, so I have the little bowl or vase of roses done and put in the bedroom, and I think that looks beautiful. Alright, I created the little vase and the roses for in the bathroom. Okay, so I have the bathroom. I've got those pictures hanging on the wall beside the little table. These beautiful little roses in a container. The vanity. The tub with a rug. Some bath salts on the wall above. And a little toilet paper beside the toilet. And I think that's complete. All right, as a review, this is the final look. So this is our kitchen. You can see our beautiful window box there. Goes into the living room, through to the bathroom, then back through to the bedroom, and it's complete. I'm loving the turnout of this apartment. If you enjoyed watching, feel free to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.